Copa America time. After a lot of emotions, some good games, some not so good games.
Some surprising games.
We're down to the last 3 games, semifinals, and a potential final that we're gonna give a prediction for. But let's see what happened in the quarterfinals and what we think is gonna happen in the semifinals.
Yes, perfect.
Quarterfinals, they started with the USA Ecuador. I couldn't watch the game because of time issues, but you did.
But I did because I don't have time issues. I didn't have that day. Actually,
She's American.
I think I recorded it and woke up really early. The semifinals, the quarterfinals, USA versus Ecuador I think the USA was the better team that evening. They came out with 2 goals, and we got a goal scored on us in the very last, or the end of the game, which I think the last 20 minutes, 15 minutes was sort of complicated.
Made it more exciting at the end, right?
Yeah, and it was a little bit nerve-wracking, but we also ended up playing with 10 players in the field, both teams. Antonio Valencia got a red card. Jermaine Jones got a weird red card for a push
that was
he
weird.
didn't. He didn't actually push the guy. It was actually Brooks that pushed him. Clint Dempsey was the hero of this game. He had the first goal, which was a great goal on his part, and then the second goal, which was he did all the work and Sanchez put it in to make sure that it was a goal. So I think, I mean, it was like
it was on the line.
line.
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah,
but it was make sure this is a goal. I don't know. I think the U.S. did a good job. They do what they need to do. Next match will be a little bit more difficult because we've got Bobby Wood out, or potentially out with his second yellow card in that game. Bedoya out.
You got Messi on the other team.
Messi on the other team, and you've got Brooks Jones out as well with that red card ejection. So it can get a little bit complicated with starting players that aren't going to be there. But we're in the semifinals, and I think that was our goal.
I think, you're right. I mean, they were the better team, and I think, between those 2 teams, the United States deserves to be in the semifinals. Let's see what they do, but we said the U.S. would go through, and they did. So that's number 1. The other one was the Peru-Colombia.
Oh,
I did watch that game. I'm a bit, to be honest with you, I'm not hurt because, I was kind of, let's say, positively surprised to see the national team play. I think they're a very, they're a very brave team. Some young players that, some of them I have to admit I didn't know. And I don't know, I think, they played as a team with a lot of courage. And they didn't, how to say, they were not afraid of a better team or a stronger team that is Colombia. We saw, during some moments of the game, we saw Cuadrado and James kind of getting into the game. And it's very tough for us to defend those guys when they're on. And they were, not for the 90 minutes. I think it wouldn't have, been 0-0 if they had been on for 90 minutes. But still, I was very happy with what Peru did. I'm very sad to see us, out. But penalties, there's a lot of drama.
For me, penalties is always a painful way to go out because,
it is.
And especially in this tournament when you're not playing the extra time, the extra 30 minutes, and it's 90 minutes, penalties, and whoever moves on, penalties.
But I like Colombia, to be honest. We said that Colombia was going to go through, despite the pain in my heart. But, they did. So that's good. And they'll be in the semifinals. And the other 2 games, Argentina-Venezuela, I think there wasn't much doubt that Argentina would go in.
No.
Definitely the game could have been different if Venezuela had scored that penalty at the end of the first half when they were playing better. it could have changed things a little bit. But I think Argentina still would have won. I don't think they were very... I think maybe the Argentinians even felt a little insulted when the Seijas tried to take that penalty that way.
Yeah.
They came out of the dressing room in the second half. They killed the game 2 minutes in the second half. And I think it was fair. They're a better team. Venezuela did great. I don't know. I maybe was not expecting them to be that aggressive and to move the ball that quickly. But yeah, Argentina and Venezuela. I think Argentina deserves to be in the semifinals.
Argentina obviously deserve to be in the semifinals. I think with 4 goals at Higuain. I'm not the biggest Higuain fan, but I thought
I am.
You are. You're a huge Higuain fan. 2 goals by him. I thought he had a great match. So I don't know. I came home really late that night to catch the tail end of it. And then see the goals and see everything that happened. And I thought, from what I saw, even the last bit of it, I thought Venezuela didn't look too bad. But they were already losing 4-2.
3-1, maybe 4-1.
Something like that. So
it was 4-1 in the end.
There was no hope.
I think, it's as me as a Peruvian saying, I'm happy to see the way my team played. I think all Venezuelans should be proud of what their team is doing. But, you had Argentina in front. And it's fair to say, Argentina had to go through. And then the last game, there was the only game that we were not, we didn't agree in a prediction.
Wait, did I say Chile?
You said Chile,
Okay, I said Chile.
And I was trying to push you to go with Mexico. I went with Mexico, trying to kind of go with the flow of our fans saying, you didn't really count on Mexico, but look at what they're doing.
But I also think that what they showed us prior to this match was a little bit different. I didn't think...
it was a lot better.
I did not think that they were going to be beaten 7-0.
I don't think even the people from Chile thought that was going to happen.
Yep.
But we saw, a better team. Chile is a team with hunger again. You know, one of my things was, I don't know if after winning it last year, you know, they're still there on that hype for winning it again, but they definitely are. We saw like Vidal and Sanchez and Vargas in just amazing form.
Vargas scored 4 goals, and the match prior to that scored 2 goals. This guy scored 6 goals in 2 games. I mean, I think when you're on and you're connecting Alexis Sanchez, Vidal, Vargas, they're all connecting. A team like that's hard to stop. And when they're really good at moving forward and they're playing that ball quickly, and they took advantage of weaker Mexicans.
We hadn't seen a strong Chile so far. But, you know, it was the right time to show that, you know, they're here, and probably now, of the 4 teams that are in, and Argentina, like, I think everybody's afraid of Chile right now. Everybody's afraid of playing Chile. So we're going to have the United States against Argentina. I'm going to go with Argentina. I think, you know, if the United States play a good game and, you know, they get knocked out in semifinals, it's a pretty decent tournament for them.
I agree. I think that's
it's as far as they can go.
Right. I think Argentina just has a better side, player for player and as a team. But like I said, I think it's for the U.S. its progress in getting to the semifinals is a good step for us on the world stage. But also, like I was saying, I mean, they're missing 3 of their starters. It's going to be interesting to see, you know, who they put in those positions and how they rotate, because their bench is not that deep. And then you've got Messi, but also I think the Americans were excited to play against Messi because
they want to see Messi, great Messi, on an American pitch.
There's no American that's playing right now in the Liga and that has ever come up against or played against Messi. And so I think that's an honor itself. And they were saying in the press that they're not afraid, that this isn't Mission Impossible. And really, if they can hold Argentina to a tie and, you know, hope for penalties, who knows?
Who knows?
That would be an ugly match. But
and the other semifinal will be Chile-Colombia. You know, I'm still inclined to say Colombia. I think, like, if they play, I think they have. I don't know. It's mixed feelings. I think Colombia has a beautiful team, and you know, if they're on for 90 minutes and, you know, they play that high rhythm, like high pace, I mean, they could beat Chile. But I think it's going to be very even. I'm not saying like one is better than the other, but I'm going to go with Colombia.
You're going to go Colombia. I'm going to go with Chile. I just think they're right on form. They're, you know, their first match, what they lost, the next 2 matches or 2 or 3 matches they won, and every match is getting progressively better. And I think that, you know, a player like Vargas, who scored 2 goals and then scored 4 goals and is feeling good, Alexis Sanchez, Vidal actually is going to miss the semifinals. So that might be. You know, that might be.
That actually kind of like helps support my point of Colombia. Maybe going through, I think that's gonna make the whole difference, but it is definitely.
I mean, he's a key player for them. So, you know, maybe you're right. Maybe you might be right. Missing Vidal might be a huge point for Colombia, but I'm still gonna say Chile.
So she says Chile and I say Colombia. You know, if Chile goes through, we'll see Chile-Argentina. It was like the repeat of the final last year, and see what happens this year. And if not Argentina-Colombia, that would still be, you know, a beautiful game. Of course, Galacticos, you know, after this is definite. We'll bring you a little preview of the final, and we'll see if we get it right or not. And if you agree with us or not, you know, if you still think we don't know nothing, you know, we shouldn't be talking about Latin American football or American football now. You know, let us know what you think. Like and subscribe, and
see you on Saturday.
See you on Saturday.
Right? Saturday. At the Copa.